Horn is here now.
How are you, sir?
Are you ready?
I'm ready, Judge.
Are you spoke to Ms. Horn?
I did. There's no complainant. Second time.
What?
He suggested I make a motion, Judge, and I so move.
City of Detroit versus Ernest Dean Gardner, case number Z8098551. Appearance for the record, please.
Your Honor, may it please the court, and for the record, David Rosenberg, P. 27407, on behalf of Mr. Gardner, who should be with us virtually. Judge, good morning.
And good morning. Good morning to you, Mr. Gardner. State your name for the record, please.
Ernest Gardner, Your Honor. Good morning.
Morning. Day is date and time set for a trial, and this was a rewrite.
It was, Judge.
I think it was dismissed on October the 23rd, 2025.
Yes, Your Honor. Rewritten shortly after.
The people unable to proceed. It does not indicate.
I can tell the court at the last session where the matter was dismissed, there was no complaining witness. Same as today.
Okay. Is there Officer Kirshner, James Kirshner? Preston. Hearing no response, not seeing that officer in here, nor do I see an Officer Smith, Marion Smith. And do I have any of those officers on my list? I do not. Go ahead with your motion, Counselor.
Your Honor, in light of the inability of the people to proceed, as I was advised by Assistant Corporation Counsel Ms. Horn, I move the court to dismiss the matter. I'm not sure, but my motion is to have it dismissed with prejudice.
Well, based on the fact that Mr. Gardner has been, the allegation was made on February 26, 2025, and that it was dismissed 10/23/2025. I'll accept the representation of counsel that it was dismissed because there was no officer. And then the ticket was apparently reissued. It references the older ticket number. And it is now March the 16th, 2026. Over a year has passed, given the people more than enough ample opportunity to prepare themselves, to do what they needed to do to get this case moving along, and balancing, also considering the right of the defendant to have a speedy trial. He's been here. He's had this burden over his head for over a year. I will grant the motion to dismiss with prejudice.
Thank you, Your Honor. If there was a bond, I think it may have been personal. Might the bond be returned?
If there was any bond, the bond will be returned. Personal bond, $500. That won't have any effect on Mr. Gardner. I'm just noting the file so that. All right, if there's nothing further, Mr. Gardner, I wish you the best of luck. Have a very good rest of your day. All right, case dismissed.
Thank you, court. Good day.
City of Detroit versus Alfonso Dwayne Gates. Case numbers SP 118-72081,
Stop it.
SP 119-2051, counts 1, 2, and 3, SP 186-53531. Appearance for the record, please.
Carol Caharis on behalf of Mr. Gates, please state your name for the record.
Alfonso Gates.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
For purposes of arraignment, my client stands mute.
Will enter a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. Give your client a $0 bond.
And I am ready to take note of the additional matters.
Driving while license suspended. Driving while license never acquired. Unregistered, untitled, no insurance, misdemeanor. He does owe the court a nice sum of money, but on the one ticket, no insurance proof, $240. That appears to be the only ticket affecting his ability to get clearances here at the 36th District Court. Mr. Gates, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Ms. Harris. She's gonna attempt to get you an updated offer. Keep in mind, if you don't like the offer, you have an absolute right to a trial. Join the room. Let us know what you want to do when you come out. Please, just pass the matter. All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Gates. Ms. Harris, I've given you an opportunity to speak to your client. What does your client want to do?
We are respectfully requesting a pretrial date and permission to pay reinstatement fees up front if the court will allow.
This stuff goes back a long time, Mr. Gates. You have to unmute yourself. He's sitting there, all cool with his buffs on, and he let this stuff fall by the wayside. Mr. Gates, unmute yourself, please.
I'm unmuted.
Do you hear me, Mr. Gates?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I said you're sitting there with your buffs on. You let this stuff go a long time now.
Yeah, well, the buffs don't have nothing to do with it, sir.
The buffs got something to do with $3,000 buffs, and owing the court $1,655 is affecting your license. It certainly has something to do with it.
Well,
That's like my
I
father.
beg to differ, sir.
Buy what you want, beg for what you need.
That's true.
And now you're asking me to let you pay this reinstatement fee up front. Buffs don't have nothing to do with it.
No, sir.
You still holding on that, huh?
Yeah.
Well, pay the money then.
It ain't just that simple.
I'll allow him to pay the reinstatement fee up front, but with the understanding that he's going to pay the tickets in full. You're welcome.
Thank you.
4/2/2026 at 8:30. If there's nothing further, come back April the 2nd at 8:30. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Case numbers SP 161-9083, counts 1 and counts 2, SP 16, strike that, SP 186-3885, counts 1, 2, and 3, SP 186-41361. Appearance for the record, please.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of the defendant. State your full name, Mr. Greenspan.
It's David Ellison Greenspan.
All right, Mr. Greenspan, good morning. You requested an appointed attorney and you did not appear. Cases are in.
I just got the cards 3 days ago for today's.
No. I don't know what you got 3 days ago, but you knew the last time you were here what your next court date was. These other tickets are in warrant status,
Wait,
Mr. Berry. Wait a minute, Mr. Greenspan. For purposes of arraignment, Mr. Berry,
Your Honor, my client would stand mute.
and we'll enter a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. We'll give your client a $0 bond. Mr. Greenspan, the last time you were here, we gave you a
Yes, sir.
court date, and it appears that you missed that court date. Now, I don't know why.
I misunderstood.
All right, and then I'm not going to go back on with that. I'm just going to move forward here. There are two charges of unregistered, one charge unregistered, untitled, another charge no insurance misdemeanor. And then the ones that we have on the docket, Mr. Berry, if you want us to appoint you another attorney, we'll do that. But we're going to speak to Mr. Berry in the breakout room. Find out what Mr. Greenspan wants to do. He may get you an updated offer. If you don't like the offer, you have an absolute right to a trial. Join the room. You let us know what you want to do when you come out, please. All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Greenspan. Mr. Greenspan, I've given you an opportunity to speak to counsel. Does Mr. Greenspan want that appointed attorney, Mr. Berry?
No, Your Honor, we have an offer and he's prepared to accept the offer.
Is that the case, Mr. Greenspan?
Yes, it is, sir.
All right, what is the offer?
He's being allowed to enter a plea to the narcotics violation on the basis of a 3-month delayed sentence. The remaining matters on and off docket are to be dismissed.
You want to take the deal, sir?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, sir.
You can put your hand down. Do you understand the maximum possible penalty for this offense is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines?
Yes, I do, sir.
Well, 90 days in jail and $500. Do you understand that you have an absolute right to a trial?
I do.
And Mr. Berry went over your other advice or rights in the breakout room, did he not?
Yes, he did. It's very clear.
And you understood those rights?
Yes, sir.
Any questions about those rights?
Not at this time.
Well, at this time would be the time.
Yeah, no questions, sir. I'm sorry. No questions.
And by taking this deal, you're going to give those rights up?
Yes, I do.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No.
All right, let me draw your attention back to August the 6th, 2025, around 6:10 p.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of Kirkwood and Tarnow. Did you have an occasion on that day to be in that area around that date and that time?
Yes, I did, sir.
Did you have contact with the police?
I did, sir.
Were you in a motor vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And did you, now this would be a good teaching point for these students. I wish they were here on this. And did you were operating that motor vehicle?
I was operating it. Yes, sir.
And did you give permission to the officer to search that motor vehicle?
Yes, sir.
All right, that would have been something that they should have known. You give permission for them to search. Without the permission, they would have needed to have a warrant or some other probable cause to search that vehicle. And
Yes, sir.
What did they find?
They found that I had a passenger with me, and in the passenger seat, they found an envelope that had some substance in it, and they found a glass tubular apparatus.
Was that apparatus used with the work? Let's talk. Be frank.
Uh-oh.
They found a pipe that would have been used for crack cocaine.
Now, Mr. Greenspan.
Mr. Greenspan, I didn't think you had it in you to have a crackhead in the car.
Mr. Greenspan,
Yes, sir.
it doesn't seem like you're fully, either you're telling me the truth, and it was the other person that was in the passenger seat, and that was his or her crack pipe, or it was yours and you're not being fully forthright with it. What is it?
It was I had a serious problem, and up about almost a year ago.
Let's get not Mr. Greenspan. Let's get to it, because
Okay.
listen. This whole deflecting and that serious problem that you had, if you're not willing to address it, guess what's going to happen?
I'm going to end up in jail.
No, not necessarily, but you will be back with that serious problem again.
Yes, sir. I have been at Team Wellness and at Henry Ford dealing with therapy and
Without getting into further detail, there were drugs involved that people were giving to me that ended up being glue. Like I smoked some glue and stuff. I thought I was smoking crack, and
I'm on a fixed income. I can't even, I mean, just in that practical sense alone, you can't even afford the stuff, but I don't need the stuff. I lost a lot of myself, and I'm trying to get myself back.
You're not going to get yourself back like that. If you've been to therapy, if you've been to all of these sessions, probably NA and everything, then you're violating the rules already. And by you sitting here telling me that you can't even afford the stuff, please. I grew up and that stuff was pervasive in my neighborhood. And I've seen and heard of stories that people will do almost anything for it. So
That's not a big flex, Judge.
I wish we had our treatment court still. We do. It's suspended right now, not taking any other individuals. But you're not you're violating those cardinal rules that they give you in order to continue to maintain your sobriety. And I'm not trying to embarrass you or anything like that either. I mean, it's just that you got to fess up and live up to it. That's the only way that it's going to be a day-to-day struggle, and that's the only way you're really going to come truly overcome it, or it's going to come rearing its ugly head back again.
This is an official judicial bitch, please.
I understand.
So, was it yours or not?
I'm sorry, was it what?
Was the crack pipe yours or not?
In August? That was probably mine, left over in the car from.
There he goes again. There he goes again.
Okay, no,
there he goes.
It was my pipe. I will accept responsibility. It was my pipe.
That's it. It's
Okay.
not funny. Who's laughing?
Reginald
I'm
Lewis.
sorry, sir.
No, he's not funny.
Mute your
It's
device,
hilarious.
please.
Mr. Lewis, let's
Yes.
find out what you have in your closet. You want to laugh at
Nothing.
somebody?
Nothing.
Yes, you do. Be quiet. Put him in the
Let's go check your crack supply, Lewis.
breakout room. All right, find him guilty as charged. What is this, Mr. Berry?
90 days suspension.
90 days. We'll be testing you.
Okay.
Testing one time per week.
Okay.
All right.
Is there, Your Honor, may I ask a question?
Man.
Is there a cost to the test? Because I'm broke until the 30th when my check comes in.
There is a cost to the test. There is a cost to the test. Let's see what we can do about that. I need a good phone number from you.
Just find it, big dummy.
Mr. Greenspan, I'm concerned, sir.
I understand.
I'm concerned. It's I've never been to the AA or NA, but I do know some of the rules just by knowing people that have gone through it. And one of the rules is accepting responsibility. And don't get me wrong, I can understand why someone does not want to. It's embarrassing over everything. But at the end of the day, we're all grown men and women. You see what I'm saying? And everybody's got something going on in their life. Yeah, Mr. Lewis in the breakout room talking about you don't have nothing. Yeah, that's a lie. This is your struggle, and the only way you're gonna get through with the struggle is to face the struggle.
I mean, he's right, but it's funny.
Accept responsibility for it, and still it's gonna be difficult. But trying to pull the wool over, I mean, listen, it's going to be difficult, I think, for a lot of people to pull the wool over my eyes just because I just got it like that. But at the end of the day, even if you're pulling the wool over somebody's eyes, who are you? Who is that really? When it look back, it's still going to be there.
Oh, please.
So I'm gonna end it at that. Well, 90 days is what is that?
Judge Perkins, truth detector, able to spot completely obvious lies.
3-month delayed is 6/22. I'm going to refer it to probation. I'm going to mark the file that cost is an issue, but it's an issue with everyone. And you're a grown man. You're going to have to figure it out. But we'll see if we can help you some type of way. Maybe put it on the back end when you get your check or something like that. You should get a call from probation. If you don't get that call within a week or so, then zoom back in. I'm not going to babysit you on this. If I see you 3 months and then you haven't done anything to rectify it or to reach out, then I'm going to assume that you just didn't want to test because you're still using and you didn't want to test. But I'm going to give you a number to probation as well. You have an ink pen right there on your,
Yep.
Now, you shouldn't have to call them. They should call you. But you'll have those numbers and you know how to zoom into the court. Probation's number is 313-965-3414. I do wish you the best of luck, sir. And then, June 22nd, 2026 is going to be that date that you return, okay? Testing 1 time per week. $240 is the fine. Pay it at any DivDat kiosk in the city of Detroit. I'm told you can upload the DivDat app to your phone, or you can come on down to the courthouse and pay it in person. There are other ways to pay it. Those are just the 2 best ways I can tell you to pay it. If there's nothing further, Mr. Greenspan, I truly wish you the best of luck and have a very good rest of your day, okay?
You too. Thank you very much. You were very kind.
All right, very well. He's got loitering, disorderly conduct, and pedestrian disregard charges, and he's laughing at somebody else.
That was revised behavior, Judge. I will speak
That's
to
laughable. Listen, next time he comes in here, you better be on a Zoom or in person so I can see who he is too. City of Detroit, Reginald Lamar Lewis, case number SP1131231, SP1828158, counts 1 and counts 2. Appearance for the record, please.
Harry Boffman, P55052, on behalf of the defendant. State your name, sir.
Unmute yourself. Press *6. Reginald Lewis, unmute yourself. Press *6.
Judge, may the record reflect the defendant is in the meeting. He is having some technical difficulties. I did have an opportunity to speak to him, and it is our desire to set this matter for a bench trial date. I think it would be best if we come in person, please.
Reginald Lewis,
Yes,
Okay.
state your name for the record.
Reginald Lewis.
Is that the Reginald Lewis, the one that was in here this morning?
You let me use your telephone.
Say
Yeah.
guy's name.
Wendell.
Wendell Lewis. Okay. No. All right, Mr. Lewis, you're coming in person next time for a trial, okay?
I want to play no contest.
He wants to plead no contest, Mr.
We
Bachman.
can get that done on the next action date, Your Honor, if you would just allow us to come for a trial.
April 13th, 2026 at 9 a.m. You're coming in person at the courthouse, April 13th, Mr. Lewis. Best of luck.
Sir. You let me use your telephone.
Laugh about that. Laugh about that.
No, I'm not. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Everything's so funny. Bye.
We'll talk, Judge. Again, have a great weekend, everybody.
Nothing funny about this. Nothing.
I kind of like Reginald. He Judge Perkins giving him a hard time is correct, but he's taking it with good humor.
Mr. Lewis.
All right.
All right.
All right. I just put that on while the other stuff was baking up. You think that's bad? The real reason I called this Crazy Sunday stream is because we're headed to Washington, people. Buckle up. It's about to get real crazy. This is MGT and Zach's fault. Let me find it. I hope it's done.
Oh, glasses. I want to get a frame like that. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Hi, what's your name, sir?
John Anthony Escarcega. And it appears on my wristband that they arrested a Donald Anthony Escarcega.
Let the crazy begin.
I don't know.
Well, let's find out. All right, it looks like this
So
was
mine is DONANTHONYESCARCEGA 5 a.m.
okay. Thank you. All right, this is a very old case in which
I think I might have had you in the first round of it where I was, I think, told I would never hear anything about it or the fines from it ever again.
I don't know. I've got a bunch of clips from Washington. This guy's sitting in Nisqually, so I don't know what kind of county that is, but I got a bunch of clips. I think they're all Thurston just because they have their calls up.
And the second time I did a week or so in, they tried to get me to sign papers on somebody on buying $1 of marijuana or some other drug. Like literally a few different statements. And I
don't know.
refused, and they held me there at the downtown jail for like a week and a half or a few days or something. I remember the cast that I was in there with. It's pretty late.
Sega, can I have you just stop talking? Stop talking.
I know.
Okay.
I'm a jackass.
Don't say anything else until I turn to you and tell you it's your turn.
The Thurston flag should be a little cracker with the cheese falling off it. That'd be perfect for Thurston County.
Turn to talk, okay? Okay. All right. Now, have I got this right that the issues in this case were unpaid restitution and there were a couple of law violations that happened after he was sentenced in this graffiti case?
Yep, Your Honor, Kimberly McLaren. I'm representing Mr. Escarcega today, and yes.
Okay. I would like to bring this case to a close as quickly as we reasonably can here.
Your Honor, sorry.
Okay.
I just filed a 1077, and I was going to request to appoint counsel and reset the case, and him to be released on his own recognizance.
Your Honor, I don't think that's necessary. I know the city doesn't normally appear on post-disposition matters, but I am just asking to waive all outstanding restitution, fines, and close this matter and release the defendant.
Yeah. I think the municipal court did previously waive the legal financial obligations. The restitution wasn't addressed at that time, but I think that would have been, and certainly is now, the appropriate thing to do. So this case will be closed.
Yeah, let's cut him loose so we can go out and victimize somebody else and we can do it again.
And Mr. Escarcega, you are going to be released.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you doing your job diligently. I don't know if you're a Masonic or Illuminati member, but my uncles all call me Big Head. And I'm legacy to Knights of Pythias.
Can you just let the corrections officers know that you're all finished and they'll let you out of the jail, okay?
If you've ever served, I must thank you.
Yeah.
Right now.
I'm leaning Illuminati with this judge.
You're welcome.
I never have, though. I said I wanted to be a marine biologist, and all the jarheads got too excited. That's why they called me from 9th grade on, every other day.
All right, Mr. Escarcega, just turn around there and knock on the door. Let the corrections officer know you're all
okay, sir. God bless.
August 15th, or defendant did not report.
I forgot. We've got a little detour to Ohio. We've got a little Ohio stint here with Minecraft courtroom. But yeah, that last guy needs a mental health facility. No two ways about it. They can't open those things back up fast enough.
August 14th of 2025 to probation. You understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
Third, positive urine sample on February 17th of this year for cocaine. You understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
We're here for the final hearing. Mr. Roby?
We are going to admit or plead guilty to those violations and offer some evidence in mitigation.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
What's your plea to those allegations?
Guilty.
I'll accept your guilty plea and find you guilty. Mr. Roby?
Thanks very much. These are the things that I would say on Jesse's behalf. He's 43 years old. He lives in Chagrin Falls. He's got a very good job with the tree company. I provided some documentation. They still have that job awaiting for him. They have plenty of work. He'd like to get back to work. He has a significant other who's a clean and sober individual.
There shall not be any cutting of trees. Don't cut any trees. I'll pass the order. No cutting of trees, no felling of trees in Patna number 12.
Yeah, without getting into further detail.
He indicates that prior to turning himself in on February 12th, that he secured an AA sponsor and is more than willing to go and do whatever the court asked him to do as far as meetings. He's had 36 days in the county jail to think about it. His head is cleared. He does have some health. Well, I think I shared with you about his father. His father is failing. He's in stage 4 pancreatic and lung cancer. He'd like to be able to get back to his father. If I can approach, I have some medical documentation as far as Jesse that talks a little bit about his condition. He's unable to keep a lot of weight on, so it's been quite a difficult stay in the county jail. That kind of his doctor talks about that. So I would ask the court if it would consider releasing him, giving him again the privilege of community control. If the court wishes to extend it, I don't think we'd have an objection on that. And attaching conditions, whether that's an outpatient program or AA meetings. He'll do whatever he needs to do in order to try to get himself back together. Thanks, Judge.
Thank you. Well, trying to think what I could order him to do that he would actually listen to and do. Sit down. You were sentenced on June 5th of 2020.
Well, you can get him to sit.
5. You were given an additional 40 days in jail. So that gets you out about July 10th after you did the jail treatment program, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you got out on or about July 10th after having completed that. And 2 weeks later, you submit a urine sample that's positive for cocaine. Why is that?
I, you know, I was young and dumb. You know, my mind wasn't clear.
Wait a minute. On July 24th, you're 42 years old. Now you're 43. So you're not young and dumb.
Well, yeah.
Okay. That's
just dumb.
That's a horseshit reason. Okay. So you just, what'd you do? Stare at the wall during the jail treatment program, bide your time, do whatever you had to do and get the hell out of there?
No,
right?
sir.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you did. Why did you then disappear?
I can't give you any excuses of what I did in the past.
I'm not looking for an excuse. I'm looking for an answer as to why you disappeared.
My father had hip replacement. My mom needed my help, and I wanted to take care of my family. And once he was able to help himself a little more, then I could turn myself in and do the right thing.
Okay. And did you talk? So when is the first time after?
Oh yeah, it's all about the hip replacement. That's the cause of all the trouble here.
How often was he reporting, Dave or Josie?
Sir, he only reported once until he disappeared.
And when was that?
That was on the 24th of July when he reported and tested positive for cocaine.
All right. And who was the PO? Were you the PO, Dave?
I was not.
Who
No,
was?
It was Jennifer Harris.
Okay. So I presume you told Jennifer Harris about this family situation that was going on and how it was going to be difficult for you.
No, sir, I didn't. I was afraid.
Why not?
I was afraid too, sir.
Afraid of what?
I was afraid of the consequences.
No, you weren't afraid of the consequences. Did he have a discussion with you, Josie, about why he didn't show up? What did he tell you?
Your Honor, he told me that he wanted to ride his motorcycle with his father and do cocaine and didn't want to ruin his summer being in jail.
That doesn't sound like anything I would say.
So you didn't say, when did he tell you that?
That was on February 17th.
No, it really does sound like something you'd say. I'm just telling you from an objective third-party perspective. That sounds a lot like something you would say to me. Yeah, you know, what do I know? I'm just a simple attorney trying to bang out a living here in the Midwest.
Okay.
I would
Were you just meeting with him? Or is it-
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You didn't tell that to her?
I wouldn't tell her I wanted to do cocaine, that's for sure. I wouldn't say that.
Why is she lying to me?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, she's not lying.
I mean, I do want to ride with my dad since last time being able to ride on a bike. That's why I turned myself in to do the right thing. So,
Didn't want to ruin your summer?
No, I wanted to get my life back on track. That's why I turned myself in. Okay. You know, do the right thing.
I thought the point of the terms of probation was to give you the necessary tools. I hate that word in this context, but the necessary tools to get your life back in order.
Right.
Wasn't that what it was supposed to do?
Correct.
Okay, so why didn't you take advantage of the tools?
I had family problems and
what?
Had family problems and had to take care of my family, you know.
By riding around doing coke?
I didn't have my license. I couldn't drive anything. I haven't even drove my car.
So you weren't riding around on your motorcycle?
I don't have a license. I
know you don't have a license. Half the people out here driving every goddamn day don't have a license. Okay,
Yeah.
so are you telling me you weren't driving at all during this time you were gone?
No, I wasn't driving the whole time.
You were not driving?
No, sir.
Okay. Why do you insist at this point where you are right now, why do you insist on lying to me?
I'm not lying to you, sir.
And I suppose the next explanation you're going to give me of testing positive in July and then February is you only use cocaine twice.
No.
No?
No.
How often were you using it?
I was using it every other day.
Every other day. Okay. Well, why should I keep you on probation? Why in the world would I keep you on probation?
because I'm trying to do the right thing. I turned myself in. I had a lot of time to reflect from my time in jail. I got my head on straight now. I want to become a member of society and do the right thing.
I'm supposed to believe you.
I would hope so.
Well, I don't believe you. Why would I believe you? Okay.
Well, I don't.
I believed you on June 5th of last year. That's why I put you on probation and tried to give you the tools. Okay. Where'd you get your mental health evaluation? You didn't, right?
I went to Dr. Lott.
Who?
Dr. Lott University Hospital.
He did a mental health evaluation?
I believe so.
You mean the Dr. Lott who wrote that
I had a lot of head
you've got this condition
and
that affects your system as to being able to keep weight on and the frequent eating you need to do?
Yeah.
Okay. That Dr. Lott gave you a mental health evaluation?
I can't recall. I mean, I know JTP, they gave me a mental health evaluation.
No, they didn't. Okay. So what did Dr. Lott say about every other day using cocaine as far as your medical condition?
He told me not to.
Okay. So you don't listen to him either. Who do you listen to? Who do you listen to?
I'm listening to you.
No, you don't listen to me. That's why you're here, because you don't listen to me. You don't care what I have to say. What I say has no effect on you, so why in the world would I keep you on probation?
Because I want to do the right thing.
No, if you wanted to do the right thing, you would have taken some corrective action after July 24th. Corrective action wasn't disappearing.
That's why I turned myself in. I wanted to do the right thing.
You disappeared July 24th and you turned yourself in February 17th, and you think you want some sort of credit for that?
No.
Doing that?
No. My father had a hip replacement, and I wanted to help my father.
Okay.
Yeah, we heard. We don't care, and we don't necessarily believe it, but we heard.
Why don't you have a driver's license?
Because the courts kept it, and I didn't get to redo it.
What courts kept it?
This one.
This one. I suspended you for a year.
Yeah, I didn't.
Effective September 25th of 24. So how am I keeping your license from you?
Well, the warrant for my arrest has the hold on my driver's license. And
so you chose to do that. I didn't. I got nothing to do with your suspension.
Right.
So why don't you have a license?
Because I had a warrant out for my arrest.
Yeah. And you had a warrant out for your arrest because you decided you didn't want to play in the whole probation thing. That's why you had a warrant out for your arrest.
Right.
Right. So why don't you have a license? You don't have a license because you decided it wasn't important to get a license. You decided it was important to run around doing coke every other day. That's your priority. Your priority isn't your mother and your father. Your priority was you getting high every other day.
Well, I've changed my mind, and I had a lot of time to think about it.
Maybe you need more time to think about it.
I changed my mind. That's the best I've ever heard. I changed my mind, Judge. By the way, nobody's buying every other day anyway. We're just saying at a minimum. That's what you admit to. It was every day. We both know it. The judge knows. Everybody knows it.
Maybe you need 12 months in prison to think about it. That seems to be what you need. Okay? I mean, you want me to put you on probation And you blew that off within 2 weeks. If it was even that long. And you want me to do that again? What is it that you think you can accomplish on probation?
I could turn the page, sir.
What does that mean? I don't know what turn the page means.
I could do the right thing, Your Honor.
I don't know what do the right thing means either. Because you've demonstrated that you can't do the right thing.
Not to use drugs.
So what is it? Don't give me these platitudes, okay? Don't listen to what the knuckleheads over here are saying, okay? What is it you need to do on probation?
Just to not do drugs and yeah.
So how do you propose to
He was reaching for that, but he got there. He got there, to his credit. He got it right.
accomplish not doing drugs?
Stop doing drugs.
Staying away from people and places.
What people were causing you to use drugs in the last 9 months?
It was, people I chose to be around at that point in time, sir.
What people?
People that did drugs, sir.
Who?
Drug people.
Drug people.
Yeah.
You were doing drugs with drug people. Who?
Just, I can't,
What? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Was it friends?
Friends.
What friends?
Some friends that I don't need anymore.
Okay, which friends are those that you don't need anymore?
I can't recall.
I don't have any more hearings today. I can do this all day. All day I can sit here and ask you questions, and all day you can give me non-answers, and then I can do this all goddamn day if you want. Or I can say 12 months and get up and leave and take the rest of the day off. Those are my two options. I'll tell you what you do. Why don't you take a few minutes, talk to Mr. Roby.
Thank you.
Who's doing his best to help you, and then I'll come back.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes, sir. Okay.
So I suppose I have to make it a condition, if I keep you on probation, to stop hanging around certain people.
Yes, sir.
As you said, drug people.
Friends, acquaintances.
Like who?
The normal everyday people that I would,
Come on, Judge. This better be jail.
put myself around.
Okay, we're not making any progress since I left.
Yeah.
We haven't made any progress since I left.
Some people I work with.
And that you're proposing to continue to work with?
No, sir.
Well, I thought you worked at Tree Service Now Incorporated.
Yeah, I do other jobs also.
Like what?
Subcontract through other companies that I
How can you possibly climb up and down trees being high on cocaine every other day?
I don't normally use while on the job, on every place.
Okay. So who should I prevent you from hanging around with?
Oh, he does. He does. And honestly, I mean, whatever. That's not going to hurt your ability to do that job. It really isn't. Let's be straight. But still, I get why the judge is asking.
Anybody with family,
Okay.
I mean, if that's what's necessary, sir, then I'm.
Well, I'm going to put a condition that you can't hang around with family.
Oh, my family. My family's my backbone, my support team.
Okay. Is he just not understanding me, or is he just taking the same tack that he took before?
No, Judge, I think that he's taking it seriously. I think it's.
No, I mean, I asked him who I should prevent him from hanging around with, and he keeps giving me everything but the information I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Ken West and And
And who else you partied with?
and his cousins, Cody.
Wonder if these people really exist or if you're just giving me names for the sake of giving me names. You know why I'm wondering that? Because I can't trust anything you say.
I understand, sir.
You know. Anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
Judge, we did have a conversation. He indicates he does have a sponsor. We've talked about the importance of when those temptations do call, that he knows to contact his sponsor. And they talked about, I think he started to talk about people, places, and things. So
the people, Ken West and his cousin, Cody, the places, wherever, and the things, cocaine. That's what you've been doing a lot of people, places, and things stuff. How many days has he been in there, Josie?
37 on the violation, Your Honor, 112 total.
You said 37?
Correct.
What medication does his doctor a lot have you on?
what's the medication? Do you know?
Not offhand. I know it's Prilosec, Prilosec 1.
Prilosec.
There's several others that I can't.
How long have you been taking that stuff?
I've been taking it for a couple years now.
Okay. Is the cocaine just like a supplement for you?
Yeah, it was a
Party drug.
It was a party drug.
Yeah, Judge, I take the cocaine with my creatine before my workout. The workouts are amazing.
I'm always amazed at the guys who have serious medical conditions and take medication to address the conditions. Figure it's a good idea to mix illicit drugs. Because you see, you want me to be concerned about your medical condition as it relates to you being in jail, but you're not the least concerned about your medical condition.
Yep, that's my next single.
Isn't that ironic?
Yes, sir.
Did you pay your fine yet on that OVI?
Not yet, sir.
Why not?
So I wasn't working at the time.
If you weren't working at the time, how are you affording cocaine every other day?
I did some work, but
Huh?
a lot of work. I wasn't aware of the fine at the moment.
You weren't aware of it. I told you what it was on June 5th.
I forgot.
Forgot. Well, you didn't intend to pay it anyway.
I didn't make it.
All right, I'm going to extend your community control to June 5th of 2030. So your little game cost you another 2 years on probation. 50 days in jail with credit for 37. You're going to get into an IOP, complete it and follow the recommendations. No drugs or alcohol with screens. Not that that means anything to you, but that's a condition. 4 AA or NA meetings a week and a sponsor. You can go to only one doctor, one dentist, and one pharmacy for medication. Take your medication as is prescribed without the supplements. Sign releases, get a valid license. Full employment, get a mental health evaluation and follow the recommendations and pay the costs and supervision fees. Now, do you intend to do one bit of that?
Yes, sir.
Well, if you don't, guess where the bus is going to take you next time you're here?
In jail, sir.
No, to prison for 12 months.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, Mr. Roby?
No, sir, thank you.
Swyman, anything else?
Still too nice, but he did get some jail time.
Your Honor, she's Ms. Dumar Julie Royal, number 8 on today's calendar.
So you're Julie Dumar?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry?
Yes, sir.
You discussed with her legal rights there, Mr. Marimbe?
Yes, Your Honor, her legal rights and her constitutional rights have been advised, and she appreciates them, Your Honor.
And then what's your position on probable cause?
Your Honor, we're contesting probable cause because there's no indication in the police report that any illegal substances were tested to find out whether it was. So for today's purposes, we're contesting probable cause.
Ms. Will, raise your right hand, please. You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do so, sir.
Go ahead.
On March 15th, Trooper Littlefield with Washington State Patrol was on his fully marked patrol car at the Park and Ride in Grand Mountain, Thurston County. Let's see. The defendant was sleeping on the slope outside of the Park and Ride, and when Trooper made contact, she was identified by her Washington State driver's license and was confirmed on his patrol vehicle laptop. Upon putting her information into Washington State Patrol Communications, advised that defendant had an active warrant, so the trooper detained the defendant. Defendant advised she had needles on her person, and if asked if she had anything she shouldn't have, said she had some stuff in her pocket, read random rights and his state issued rights card. Upon the search incident to arrest, the trooper retrieved a bag that contained what the trooper believed to be meth pipes, both intact and damaged, small white rocks, which he believed were possibly methamphetamine, a small white rock that the defendant said was candle wax, and a tinfoil in a Ziploc bag with brown and black flakes inside. Subsequently, defendant was charged with drug paraphernalia and possession.
Any further comment, Mr. Marimbe?
Yes, Your Honor. that necessarily did not amount to having come to the conclusion or to having come to any suspicion that whatever the client had was illegal substance without any testing or without any indication that she was having any paraphernalia or any illegal substance here. So it was kind of wax, she insists.
No, that was in my blood sugar diabetes test strip thing. There was candle wax and my strips in there. There was in the there was the rock thing. It was rock salt.
Yes.
Like in the parking lot, rock salt.
Yes. Your Honor, there was no indication that my client had any illegal substance, any such thing. She had just
Your Honor, the threshold for probable cause is extremely low, as you well know. These observations are based on troopers' experience and training, and some of that experience and training is in drug paraphernalia and controlled substances.
Anything further there, Mr. Morembe?
Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, whereas we appreciate that could be right. Our client is, and she did not have. She only had that for her as a use for her medical condition, and there was no indication, rather than that she had an arrest warrant that was there, and there was there's no any indication that even at the lowest that she had any paraphernalia or any illegal substances on her. So we'll contest probable cause for today.
Okay. So if this case were to proceed to trial and that was the only evidence presented at trial, you're probably right. It wouldn't be shown beyond a reasonable doubt. In this particular case, it's just probable cause. Is it more likely than, is there a preponderance of evidence that shows a reasonable suspicion? I will find probable cause exists for the charges going forward, which doesn't mean, Ms. Dumar, that the states can be able to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. If this case does go to trial, all that stuff's going to have to be tested. And if you're right, that it's not what they think it is, then the case will just disappear. But right now, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause for the case going forward. I'm going to hear from the state first on conditions, and then I'll hear from Mr. Morembe. I will appoint Thurston County Public Defense to represent you. Ms. Will?
Yes, Your Honor. State has no objection to a release on the defendant's personal recognizance. We are asking for conditions of no new law violations and don't possess or use non-prescription drugs or controlled substances.
Mr. Morembe?
Your Honor, we have no objection to that.
Ma'am, you're going to be released on your personal recognizance. Conditions of your continued release are don't have any criminal law violations, don't consume any alcohol or have any controlled substances out of valid prescription, don't refuse a breath test, stay out of all bars and taverns. Your next court date's going to be April 22nd at 8:30. And then did you provide contact information for both her, for us, and your office for her?
Yes, Your Honor.
You'll get released here later today, ma'am.
Thank you.
I'd wait about a week, contact Thurston County Public Defense, and then you can discuss your case with who's ever assigned to represent you.
Thank you.
You'll get released here later today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm ready with Miss Amber Mackey.
Oh, let's see, 8:30 calendar. Ms. Mackey, hello. Hi, Ms. Mackey. I'm just checking we can't hear. Try it again.
Can you hear me?
I can now. All
Okay.
right. So let me turn to Ms. Kamari here.
I've been exercising my First Amendment rights.
Can I talk to Ms. Kamari?
Illegal.
Sure.
So, Your Honor, I believe that a 1077 is appropriate in this case. In speaking with Ms. Mackey this morning, she's requested to proceed pro se.
All right. So this is a stipulated order continuance on the disorderly conduct, depending on the outcome.
That was my First Amendment
So, Ms.
right.
Mackey, I can only hear one person at a time, and your connection is awful. And so I'm only hearing like every third word. I'm going to ask you not to interrupt me so I can hear one person at a time, and I will come back to you. Don't worry. But also your connection isn't the best, so we'll work with you. But I got to hear from one person at a time. So right now I'm going to talk to the prosecutor here and Ms. Kamari. So again, we're looking at if there's a result here from RCW 1077 that says that you can't go forward, then it just kind of ends. It's there. This disorderly conduct wouldn't allow restoration.
Oh,
Yes,
Your Honor, city agrees. I think an evaluation would need to be conducted to determine whether that provision of law is triggered.
Okay, so
Based on
any other questions?
disorderly conduct when I was communication.
So, Ms. Kamari, I haven't turned to you, Ms. Mackey. 1 second. I'm still trying to ask questions of the attorneys here, and then we'll get to you. But Ms. Kamari, I don't see anything in here that there it is. I'm sorry. Let me read that. And Mr. Sharp, Ms. Kamari, any other like proceedings anywhere else or in the past?
I'll take a look, Your Honor.
You don't think so, Ms. Kamari?
There was an unlawful transit conduct charge out of Lakewood in 2024.
Never
That was
proven.
dismissed.
That was never proven.
No,
And
Ms.
it
Kamari,
was-
I meant under RCW 1077.
Oh, no, Your Honor.
And hopefully it's just me, but it looks like Japs might be down.
Yeah, it is. It's not just you. All right. So, Ms. Mackey, we're going to set another court date a ways out. And I want to be sure that you have notice of it. My Jabs is down, so I'm unable to check addresses and so forth. Do you still have mailing here in Olympia on Evergreen Park Drive?
I have an address that's been changed with your system. They're sending notices to my phone, but I'm not getting any updates of court dates. I've been in constant contact with our police department, sheriff department, and city representatives, including our deputy mayor, Malcolm Miller. I'm in constant contact with your representatives, sheriff department, police department, almost daily, in writing and email and by phone, and I'm not receiving any updates about court dates or hearings or anything like that. And I've actually been in constant contact with your representatives for many, many years because of my activism. And I am well known in the community as both a writer or activist, and I'm known to be practicing my First Amendment rights of free speech, free thought, and free expression. And they're right
That's
now.
my initial question. I'm just trying to make sure that we've got a good mailing address. And is Evergreen Park Drive still good for mailing?
Let's give you the address that I have had for 3 years now.
Okay, we'll use that. And then how did you know to be here today?
Address is incorrect, and what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm receiving correspondence at my new address, but you do not have my address. So Evergreen Park is an old address that I had from 3 years ago.
Do we have anything?
And
you have a better
and you should already have.
Can give us?
Yes, I do, ma'am, and I would like to give that to you since you don't have my
Okay.
correct information, even
We're
given
ready.
that. Okay, let's go. So I have a few other people on this chat that are going to have my information, my current address, even though
Your
it's
Honor,
public.
Your Honor,
Is there-
I'll send it in chat.
Okay, good. Let's do that.
I would be, I mean, I can give it to you, but these other two people that I don't know are going to have
We're not going to do it
mailing
that way because I don't want them to have your address. So we're going to do it more privately through your attorney. And then we're going to set a court date out to September on a Tuesday. And I'm not withdrawing the attorney. I don't see a basis for that at this stage. So you still have an attorney to represent you on that matter. September on a Tuesday.
because
Late.
I've been very clear in stating that there is actually a very organized criminal going on here with both Thurston County representatives, with our police department, and with white supremacists in our community that are criminalizing First Amendment rights, free thought, and free expression. Many, many years. And now it's being only criminalized, but pathologized deliberately to express my right to speak and right to defend myself and right to report a crime that is being covered up. This is very, very serious, ma'am. Judge, this is not only this is not only a representative, is not only going to reflect on you as a judge, but it's going to reflect on the city and our county and district. This is very, very serious. Very, very
right. And that's why we're going to keep an attorney involved, and we're going to have a further hearing, and we're going to mail you notice. We're going to send you a text message reminder at that number you gave us previously, and we're not going to talk about that number today unless it's changed, and we're going to get it privately then. But we're going to be back September 15th at 9 o'clock in the morning. And that's it for today, Ms. Mackey. And next time, I hope you can find a better connection because, like I say, we're getting pretty broken up connection. So either be in court or come by Zoom with a good connection. But that's it for today. And I'm going to move on to Mr. Matuan and Mr. Swenson, commuter.
All right, number 3 on the 10:30 calendar, Lacey versus Wu Yun, Y-U-N. Mr. Yun, have a seat. This is Lacey versus Wu Yun, Y-U-N, 5A0538995. All right, and Mr. Sharp, officer present today.
Your Honor, yes, Mr. Young being the officer. We're ready to proceed. I just checking in to see if Mr. Young's proceeding contested today.
Mr. Young, were you here when I discussed contested hearing, mitigation hearing, and deferred finding?
What's up?
I said, were you here when I discussed those previously? Or did you hear me discuss them?
Yeah.
So contested hearing, you're leaving it up to me to decide. The decision will be made on the basis of a preponderance of the evidence. If you do a mitigation hearing, you say, I did it, but I want to explain why, and I want to ask for a reduction in the fine. A deferred finding is an opportunity to keep this from going on your record and potentially from going to an insurance company. It requires a 6-month, essentially, deferral and the payment of a fee. And if you comply with the conditions, at the end of 6 months, the charge against you is dismissed and it doesn't get reported.
I forgot my hearing aid. I can't hear very well.
Now, can the court provide a hearing assistance?
I forgot it last time, but I forgot it this time, and I have a hard time hearing.
Okay, so there's.
Judge, can you start over? I don't have my hearing aid in. What an a-hole.
Device to help you.
All right, we're going to try to provide you with a hearing assistance device. Just stay there for a second. Mr. Sharp will get this for you.
Thank you.
All right, let me try it again.
I can hear you now.
You hear better now?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
All right. A contested hearing is a situation where you leave the decision up to me based upon what your testimony is, based on what the officer's testimony is. The burden there is what's called a preponderance of the evidence. That's just more on one side than on the other. Okay, it's not the beyond a reasonable doubt standard. You can also choose a mitigation hearing, which is where you say, I did it, but I want to explain why and ask for a reduction in the penalty that's been imposed. Or third option is, if you qualify, if you're eligible, you can ask to have the matter deferred. And what happens is that the matter is essentially continued for 6 months on the condition you have no new driving violations during that period of time, and you pay $150 fee to the court. And if at the end of that 6 months you've complied with those conditions, the charge is dismissed. You've marked that you want to do a contested hearing. I still want to give you that option to choose whether you want to go to contested, mitigation, or deferred finding.
I'll do the mitigation.
All right.
So you would ask to be heard on mitigation.
All right, just a moment. All right, Mr. Sharp.
Well, Your Honor, given that Mr. Young is asking the court to mitigate, I believe he would be the moving party, so we'd ask for an opportunity to respond to his presentation.
All right, Mr. Young, what do you want to tell me about this case?
I received a ticket earlier from another officer. He gave me severe post-traumatic stress and anxiety, and I wasn't thinking very well. I was upset. Really, because I have parents that I take care of that have severe dementia. They're both disabled, and I take care of them. I'm going through financial hardship, and I explained that to him. At first, he said he wasn't going to give me a ticket, but then when I explained to him I was going through financial hardship and taking care of disabled, I had really high blood pressure, and the fire department came and checked me out. Said for the situation, it's understandable to have high blood pressure, anxiety, and
anxiety leads to constipation.
they asked me when, and I said it was from the first ticket. And I don't know if I was speeding or not. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think that I was, but I might have been because I wasn't really paying attention to the speed. I wasn't trying to cause any trouble with the officer. The statement that I told him that I was going to speed and all that. I told him I didn't tell him that. If I could, I'd like to get like calibration and the expiration date of the speed measuring using the phrase. Also, like the statement of the officer with the pertaining to this case, documents from the officer to provide proof of training of operating SMD, and copies of all body cam, dashboard video pertaining to this case.
Mr. Sharp.
Your Honor, there were a couple of things addressed there, and I'd like to start with the last part of what Mr. Yoon presented. He, in a way, started off presenting mitigating circumstances, the purpose of which would be for Your Honor to reduce the fine. It sounded as though the presentation then morphed into more of a contest of the infraction per RCW 4663-100, which is the the statute explaining the mitigation hearing, quote, the determination that an infraction has been committed may not be contested at a hearing held for the purpose of explaining mitigating circumstances. So I'd ask the court to disregard the statements that contest that the event occurred in order to mitigate, and choosing to mitigate, so effectively admitted to that. City would object to reduction of the fine in this case, and that's unusual. City, 13 years I've been here, I've never done it, Your Honor, but this case is exceptional. If the court has an opportunity to review the police report, I believe Your Honor would agree. Officer Gutierrez, who is present today, he's a graveyard shift officer. He was subpoenaed by Mr. Yoon. He's here, bleary-eyed but awake. Officer Gutierrez, in his report, clearly details multiple infractions that he observed. He also describes pacing Mr. Young at 52 mile an hour on Marvin Way East, which is a 35 mile an hour road, yet still cited him only for 5 over. So Mr. Young caught quite a break that night. Despite Officer Gutierrez's generosity and reasonableness in this, he said some pretty offensive things, and the city is concerned that mitigating the infraction under these circumstances would effectively reward him for that. Per Officer Gutierrez's report here, there's a direct quote from Mr. Yoon saying, "It makes me feel good to do that because it feels like I'm giving back to the police officer that they did that to me." And that this was his way of justifying speeding and running lights, was that he was doing it to piss off the cops. Your Honor, he's here asking the court to find some mercy and lower the fine, but with all of this behavior, city believes that be inappropriate.
Thank you. Mr. Young, any response to that?
That's why I asked for the body cam, because I that's not what I said. I said that I wouldn't speed and stuff like that. I would respect the law more. I don't know why he said what he said, but I would like to review the body cam, and I also like to see his proof of the speeding again, because I don't think that I was speeding that much. And it wasn't intentional if I did. I was having severe PTS. I was trying to stress past experience with officers and stuff. And I was trying to, I was being as nice as I could to him, but I didn't think he was returning.
First of all, Mr. Young, I'm going to agree with Mr. Sharp. Once you choose to mitigate this hearing, you've admitted guilt. So the question of speed gun, training requirements for the officer, body cam requirements, that's by the board. That has to occur beforehand, before this hearing, so that you would be able to review that. And perhaps if you had gotten that, you might have seen, if there was body cam, exactly what was said and what wasn't said. At this point, you've indicated to me that you feel like you're suffering from PTSD. I don't know what the circumstances are, whether that's been diagnosed or not. It seems to me, from my experience, that you don't get PTSD from getting one ticket earlier in the day and then a second ticket later in the day. It sounds like you were pretty disturbed and upset. You've indicated other potential reasons for that upset, that anxiety, what your personal requirements are, but that does not justify or excuse your behavior in terms of driving, nor does it justify or excuse the language that I believe that was probably used in this case, or something similar to it. I think this was significant enough for Officer Gutierrez to write that down pretty accurately right at the time that it occurred. So I suspect that happened. You did attempt to operate the system. I understand that it's not easy to understand how all this works. I will agree with Mr. Sharp. You did subpoena the officer. He's been here this morning waiting for this hearing. So based on your decision to mitigate this hearing, I will find this infraction committed. I will not reduce the penalty. It will be $140. As Mr. Sharp indicated, that was a break to start with, because you were charged with only 5 over as opposed to 17 over, which apparently was what the reading was. In relation to this. All right, so
Can I have 1 year to pay it off?
we're going to give you a form to take over to the window, and you can set up the payment arrangement on that.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Young, thank you for being here today. Mr. Sharp's going to give you that document. Officer, thank you for being here today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
If we could, thank you, Your Honor, if we could call Mr. Braun. I think we're all here now.
Okay. Robert Braun.
And is Mr. Braun on Zoom?
He is on Zoom. He's turning on his camera now. He just unmuted. Mr. Braun, are you able to turn on your camera?
No, it won't let me.
I couldn't quite hear that.
No, the phone won't let me turn it on. All right. There we go.
There we go. And hat off and port, please. Thank you.
And Your Honor, when Mr. Braun was last here for release conditions, he was ordered to contact probation and have a Scram device installed. I believe he did not enroll in Scram and did not contact probation. So Judge Buckley issued a bench warrant. So it's the city's position that that warrant remains outstanding and Mr. Braun needs to remand himself to custody.
Ms. Langley?
Your Honor, what he tells me is he had been hospitalized last week, and that's why he didn't get it set up. I don't know if he has more information than that.
Mr. Braun?
Yes.
Where were you hospitalized?
Lakewood,
And Your Honor, I can't hear anything.
I can't hear either.
I don't understand why.
Turn yourself into jail right now.
My Lakewood, that's all I know.
Well, I really can't hear any of that.
All I know is it's in Lakewood.
I think he's saying the hospital's in Lacey.
Lakewood.
Lakewood.
And Your Honor, I don't think the defendant's meaningfully appearing before the court in this capacity today. Again, I would note that he has had numerous failures to comply for this DUI case, where his breath alcohol was a 0.17 over 2 times the presumption for impairment. I believe probation is close to expiring. So again, the city would request that the warrant remain outstanding for the purposes of tolling what time left we have on probation, given his failure to do treatment and failure to follow the court's order to get a Scram device installed.
Under the circumstances, I am inclined to do exactly that. Mr. Braun, you're going to need to, don't roll your eyes.
I'm not.
You're going to need to find your way in here and get that scram device and get contact with probation. All of this needs to happen. That warrant is remaining in place. And realistically, it's all in your hands. You can address all of this right now, or you can get picked up on the warrant. Next time you appear in court, though, I want you in person.
Okay.
That I can tell that you're saying something, but I can't hear what the words are, and that's part of the problem.
I said okay.
I heard okay.
Right.
Okay. I'm leaving the warrant in place. You need to contact probation, and you need to get that scram. And then you're going to need to quash the warrant or get picked up on it. Okay, that'll be it for today. Pardon?
Are we resetting today or?
Well, I'll get the attorney's opinion on that. Should we set another pre-FTC? Should we see what happens with the warrants in place? I don't know that we need another hearing unless or until we have everything being done.
And Your Honor, I do see it that looks like we may have the probation officer present, Mr. Trevor Kendall on Zoom. I don't know if they have anything additional to add.
Mr. Kendall, do you have any information to add for the court?
I don't, Your Honor. I've tried to reach out. I left a message with Mr. Braun when he was assigned to me and haven't had any contact. And like the courts know, no updates on scram bracelet or treatment.
What are the last four of Mr. Braun's telephone number that we have in the system? Mr. Braun, we have a telephone number for you that ends in 6347. Could you give me a thumbs up if that's still a good number? Okay. All right. At this point, I don't see a particular reason to directly set another preliminary failure to comply. We can certainly, Ms. Langley, if you would like one, we can set one, but until things are addressed, I don't see a reason for it.
No, I think it just makes sense. Hopefully he can get this taken care of and then
set a date to quash.
right. And he knows how to get a hold of me if he needs any advice on how to do that. So
okay. All right, that's where we're going to put it for today. Just leaving the warrant in place, no future dates, but that warrant is there, Mr. Braun.
Okay.
All right. Anything further on this one, Ms. Langley?
no, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right,
And
Mr. Braun,
This is Washington as well, isn't it? I can't remember.
you're free to go for today. Any future hearing, I want you here in person, and keep in mind that warrant is still in effect.
Okay.
No, thing to say. All right. Do you have you're free to go from Zoom, Mr. Braun. You don't have to, you can stay and watch.
Ms. Langley, do you have anything else ready?
Not at this moment, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, go ahead and triple check. All right, so do I have Ruth Dorning? Ms. Dorning, why don't you come on up? Ms. Dorning, you can have a seat if you like. Taking up your request for a temporary restraining order under case 2683 against your brother, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ms. Dorning, we're setting a hearing on March 30th to hear more about the petition, and not issuing a temporary order today, not finding under the law an emergency, nor that there's enough evidence under the law as it's defined unlawful harassment. But we'll set a hearing.
Trying to stop
We'll
him
set a
from coming
hearing.
over and hitting
We'll
me,
set a
pushing me.
hearing to consider it all on March 30th. Between now and March 30th, your obligation is to see to it, you don't give him notice, but see to it that he's given notice. You're going to get a service packet. It has your petition, has all the information you gave the court, has the court date. That has to get to Mr. Hirschler so he knows we have a court date, so he knows what you're saying, so he can prepare and respond on the 30th. So we'll have a hearing starting at 9. You'll be here likely all morning because there's lots of other cases. You can come by Zoom, you can come in person, but on the 30th, we need to see to it that either through law enforcement giving him that, or a business giving him that, or a family or friend who you won't be calling to testify, who has no information about this, they can also give it to him, but we need to have a document that says what they gave him, when they gave him, to see that he was served notice. So.
Okay, I get that and understand that, but
Okay.
I'm trying to get protection now.
I
because
understand, and
he
if
comes
there
at
isn't
me
a
whenever he
basis,
wants.
there's not a basis to issue that order today. I know you
Okay,
disagree.
goodbye.
All right.
Okay, you can't help me. Goodbye.
So we'll hear, did you want the hearing on the 30th?
I need it now, ma'am.
Do you want the hearing on the 30th?
No, I need protection now because he
You want
came
the,
at me
so
yesterday.
you don't want,
Karen wants the hearing now. Due process be damned. Let's do it. Even though you don't have jurisdiction, let's go.
the hearing on the 30th, or you do?
I'm not going to wait a week to try to get
Okay.
protection. I need it now.
All right. So let's see, Mr. When I go to Zoom, Mr. Let's see. And Ms. Haygood, let me jump back to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Here we have Mr. Galen Whitmore, number 16 on the calendar.
Whitmore is here for a sanction hearing. Ms. Haygood, are you ready to go forward on that?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm standing in for Ms. Clark.
Oh. Okay, so no evaluation, no treatment, no victim impact panel, found guilty in Lewis County District Court of a number of crimes. And what do you need? Thanks. All right, and so we're here to sanction here and determine what, if any, punishment needs to be imposed on this. I'm going to turn to Mr. Clark. He's going to tell us what the state thinks. I'll hear from Ms. Haygood, and I will hear from Mr. Whitmire as well. So, Mr. Clark.
Yes, Your Honor, the state is asking for the court to impose all remaining jail time at this time. The state has concerns given the amount of time that has lasted. The amount of time that has passed since this case was originally set in 2022. So based upon all that, the state is asking for all time to be imposed and closed.
And what would that be?
I believe it's 321 days per my notes.
And you're asking that he serve that in custody or in any other alternative?
Sorry, Your Honor,
You asking that he serve that in custody or another
Um,
alternative?
in custody, Your Honor.
And Ms. Haygood? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. This is another one of those cases where I think the dates really matter. The violation report was filed July 5th, 2022. Mr. Whitmire had not did his substance use evaluation, didn't go to treatment, and didn't have the victim impact panel. However, and of course, the new law violation, but he was in prison from January 2023 until August 2025. So we are asking not to have the full jail time imposed. It's not as if Mr. Whitmire was just out on the town and not caring about this case. I think he's had a change of circumstances, which also changed his perspective. He's willing to re-engage in treatment. He gladly took the option for more resources from my office just to get back on his feet and things like that. So we are seeking in the alternative something along the lines of community service, or perhaps, well, I don't think EHM will also be possible because I believe Mr. Whitmire is houseless right now. So.
The prison term was from the 2023 theft of motor vehicle, the criminal attempt there?
Yes.
Okay, and so that was subsequent as well to this entry. All right, and then since August, when your client was released from prison, and then we got to know him again here, let's see, we meet up again in March. Anything between August and March? August of 25 and March of 26?
Give me one moment. Just let me read my notes here.
I'm thinking about changing the title of this to "The State of Washington is Insane." But that's probably not very nice. And it's not fair.
Thank you, Your
it's not all
Honor.
insane.
So since that time, Mr. Whitmire was living in a halfway house that was
Only 87% of it.
provided by the Department of Corrections, and he's really just been working on getting on his feet. He's secured some employment and things like that, just getting reoriented after his sentence.
So went from prison into the halfway house in August sometime. And then how did it come to be that he was in custody?
Your Honor, so Mr. Whitmire just advised me that apparently he was just identified by someone down in Lewis County while he was out and about and got picked up.
Okay, so out there, so August of 25, DOC custody, they found you halfway house. And then, unfortunately, then January 22nd, possession of another's identity, you were convicted of that. And then February 23rd, found guilty of disorderly conduct in Lewis County District Court. So, and then probably those, if not something else, discovered the warrant, I'm guessing. And so was that while you were in the halfway house, you also committed those crimes? So you, is that where you?
No, Your Honor, the Department of Corrections in Lewis County just seen me, just noticed me and realized I had a warrant. And they apprehended me and then I had an ID in my pocket. Yes.
So, but what I'm wondering is, you say you went from prison into a halfway house, and then you can get arrested in Lewis County and convicted of crimes there in January and February. Are you still have the halfway house availability or not, or what? Or what's your living situation when you're out of custody?
Me and my girlfriend, my significant other, are currently looking for a place to rent. We're staying at a Motel 6. We're paying weekly.
Okay, so how long were you in that halfway house?
Almost a full 6 months.
Okay, so almost means
About
like,
5.5 months or so.
so January, maybe?
Yeah, just until the beginning of January.
All right, so, all right, go ahead.
Also, the February 23rd disorderly conduct was, I was in custody in Lewis County. I had gotten into an altercation in the jail, and I pled guilty to disorderly conduct.
As
I've been in
opposed to the
custody.
assault. Okay.
Yeah, I've been in custody since January 22nd.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Got it. All right.
Thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Haygood? Just that the timing you said was important here.
I think you've got it. I think the important thing that I wanted to highlight was that he wasn't just missing for 3 years. He was elsewhere in confinement. And so just to factor that into the imposition of a sanction.
Okay. All right. And so the hope was in June of 2022, when you pled guilty to this DUI, that if you got, going with treatment, that maybe that would hopefully stem the tide of more law violations. And unfortunately, I don't know if they were fueled by substances or not, but you've been convicted of a felony in the process. You've been convicted of a couple misdemeanors in the process. We didn't. I'm just going to check here and make sure before I say something about contacting us.
Not crazy enough for you, eh? Just for that comment, you should be confined to a Winnebago with all of these defendants for 12 hours. And then I want you to reassess what you're saying to me.
And we've got no compliance, restitution. I don't see anything was paid. I can understand if you're in custody, it's going to be difficult to do that. Someone's out over $2,000 because of your acts, that DUI and hit and run, and they haven't been made whole. Just looking to see, and there wasn't any contact with Thurston County District Court while you're in custody to even tell us where you were. So unfortunately, it's an utter failure at probation. And unfortunately, all of these new law violations, a felony, 2 misdemeanors, really, you're just going to serve that time and we're going to close this case. You haven't earned
We'll take the
any
keys.
kind of leniency from this court. So 321 days, you get good time. I need to kind of know, when did your client come into custody at this point for credit against that?
Give me a second, Your Honor.
I need to go to, I've never been to Seattle. It's on my list. I need to just go to the state of Washington because I hear it's absolutely beautiful. For as much problems I give the state of Washington. I also know there are lots of very smart, sane, very cool people out in the state of Washington. You're just drowning in crazies. It's not really your fault. It's just, these are facts from what I can see.
Your Honor, he was booked on Friday.
So we've got 6 days. So 315 days, and can earn good time on that. That's up to the facility.
I don't know if I should go out there in the winter so I can go skiing, or if I should go out there in the summer so I can see it that time of year.
But then the case will be closed. No further obligations to the court after you serve that 315 days starting today.
I had this discussion with somebody. There's only like 5 or 6 states that I haven't been to. I don't think I've been to Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Washington, or Alaska. I think I've been to every other state. I'm sure those are all good. I will probably go complete my spoon collection at some point and see all these damn places. You can bang out Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine in an afternoon. Just rent a car, drive around in a circle. Boom, done.
That's it for today then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right. All right. I can't believe it. We got through it all. I can't believe my feedback on this channel sometimes. I get that after that display, I get that The people in Washington aren't crazy enough. I have to say, I was not expecting that. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon.